Hello there. Happy Monday to everybody. Terry from terryandlee.com here. Going to go live and talk a little bit about some questions you can ask yourself when you're evaluating, let's say, a platform or whatever you're going to use for your online business. Now, before I get started, I am going to double check, make sure I'm live the way I think I am, and that sound and everything is working. And while I'm checking that, definitely make sure that you click the notifications and subscribe if you're on my YouTube channel so that you don't miss out whenever I go live. I'm like clicking everything but um, what I'm trying to find. It's one of those days. I woke up with a migraine, or actually, the migraine woke me up at some god awful time, like 4 a.m. So, anyway, I digress a little bit, but I am not finding what I am looking for. Here we go. Where's my page? Clicked the wrong thing. It's been that kind of a morning. So anyway, it looks like I'm live here. So let's see. Okay, that's something old. I was going to say, why is tracking on? Um, so, how is everybody? If you're watching this, give me a thumbs up or a hashtag live if you're watching this live. Okay, it looks like I'm live and everything is going okay. And I will respond. And let me bring up my page over here just for double checking. So, anyway, like I said, as 2019 is wrapping up, and normally what I do, I don't know about you, but I will sort of summarize, like, lessons learned. Do Are there some mistakes in, like, things I've purchased and wish I hadn't, or things that I want to add or remove from my business and my flow? And so one of the things, if you've been following me, I recently dropped my ClickFunnels account. And I love ClickFunnels. Let's be clear. I'm a Kajabi user, but I love ClickFunnels for what it does. What I don't really like about it is that I need something else with it. Like, I need a WordPress site, or I need something else. And so for that, it's not really a ClickFunnels thing. It's just how ClickFunnels works. So I was thinking, like, okay, so what was my process? What did I go through to determine I was either going to remove or add or change or what have you? Because I could have dropped Kajabi and gone with ClickFunnels and done something else. And so there's about four questions I ask myself, and they really do impact how easy it is or challenging it can be to get your online business off the ground and moving so that you can make money quickly. And that's the name of the game. Obviously, you want to service your community, but you're in business. You're in business to make money, and the longer it takes with whatever solution that you have, then it just becomes this frustrating, cycle. You end up giving up and nobody wins. And so the first question I ask myself is cost. Like, how much does it cost? And this actually turned out to be a big uh, stumbling block for me because I didn't write down on pen and paper everything that went into running my business. And so I am going to share with you um, my spreadsheet that I did and how I came up with the cost associated that it was like, you start adding on pieces, piecemeal, one thing at a time. And so actually, let me get rid of this other. Here we go. So this should be, we can bring up the Excel, make it a little bit easier to read. Well, it's not Excel, it's numbers, whatever. Same difference. Trying to get rid of this sidebar over here. Anyway, you get the idea. So in my DIY solution, and I was using WordPress before on my site, and I love WordPress, but it wasn't until I started to really break down everything that I was using. So for me, and this may not be true for you now, because I do tech, I have more probably tools than the average person. But I did have video hosting, and that was costing me, a couple $100. And then I was using Thrive Theme Suite, and primarily for my opt-ins. Like, I really love Thrive Themes Suite, because it's an all-inclusive kind of tool. Like, it'll do your page builds and your opt-ins, or you got lead gens and all these other things. But it was also something else I needed to learn how to use. Then there was Thrive Cart, because I needed a shopping cart, and that was $600. And then I needed, or was using, a membership page. Um, so kind of like your Netflix kind of things, like if you have somebody with recurring payments, and that was LearnDash, and it had its whole slew of things that it needed, and on and on. And so you start to see that things start to add up. I needed to have email, and so I was using Active Campaign, and it just started to snowball, and I had all these tools, and they're great tools, but it's this all this piecemeal stuff that I not only did I need to purchase, but I needed to maintain. And if they had a patch, or if one piece of it had a patch or an update, it might break something else. And so I just got into this thing where I had to ask myself, not only how much did it cost, but was I in the business of maintaining the tool versus the tool really helping me deliver what I was trying to deliver. And so I was spending all this time with tools and money. And it just turned out to be a no-brainer that I could have Kajabi, and it had all of the pieces. It had video hosting, which a lot of people forget about. It doesn't have to be terribly expensive, but it does require you to have some different video solution when you're doing piecemeal, when you're doing WordPress or some other thing, that your videos need to be someplace else, not only for your courses, but let's say your sales videos. Um, I needed to have third party email, which at the time was Active Campaign. I still love Active Campaign, but all of that was already in Kajabi. My opt in builders, my forms, my website, my memberships, my courses, it was everything. So, cost, time, how much time spent learning it was also a factor. So that was a piece of it. So the second question I asked myself, which is following this, was how easy is the tool or the solution to use? Now, I'm very technical, but even I was just like, oh my God, there's just one more thing I didn't want to figure out and make work. Like, it's one thing to say, okay, I'm going to make this one or figure out, tool ABC. But then when I've got to make ABC work with XYZ and on, it just becomes overload and kind of unnecessary. Now, I do that for my clients in a different form or fashion. So, like if they have Kajabi and then maybe they have on some third party piece, that does happen. But a lot of times they're like, you know what, I don't really need this. I don't need this other thing right now. And usually by the time somebody needs something extra, like they want to add on an active campaign or a drip, or they want to have a different page builder, they're making a lot of money that they can hire somebody else. They don't need that all of that complexity in the beginning. It just slows you down. So the third question I ask is it bringing me value? Like, what I mean by that is, how quickly can I implement this solution so that I can start making money? So I want to show you, let me share. Let me bring up one of the pages for in Kajabi, and I'll show you exactly what I mean about how you can. Here we go. So this is the back end of Kajabi, and what people don't know, especially in the very beginning, is how to maximize Kajabi so that they can get up and running quickly. And so Kajabi has this term they call pipelines. It's the same as a funnel, which is the process of making a sale. That's the bottom line. Or the process of whatever thing you're trying to get done. Like maybe you want to deliver a free PDF, maybe you want to have a webinar, maybe you want to have a sales, whatever that funnel or pipeline is about. If you click that, it generates everything you need to get started. It's templated, of course, but it generates the form, the pages, it connects everything, the email templates are there. And so I'm going to click on, there's already one here, but I'm going to click on one to show you what I mean. So in this solution, I can say I'm going to click, I'll do the sales one. It might take a little bit longer. But the beauty of this, and it goes through kind of what it does, there's an opt-in, 8 emails, and you can customize, delete some. You don't have to send all 8, a sales page and a checkout page. So I'm going to click Create Pipeline, and you'll see exactly why this is so much easier. You can say, okay, what's your offer? Do I have an offer in here? I don't think I do. So let's say this is just for tests. Let's say I have an annual offer or something. So I'm just going to generate this pipeline. I'm going to create my funnel with a click of a button. I can't emphasize how much easier this is than any other solution that you're going to have out here. And that you should ask yourself in your current solution, if you have one, am I able to get started really quickly? And so here is my pipeline, aka funnel, and these are the different components. And then I go in and I customize everything that's here, add and remove, your branding, your colors, whatever it is you want, and then you're set up. But all of the basics in making it all connect. So in case you're like, well, am I supposed to connect this piece, this opt-in to this page? And if so, how do I do this? It does it all for you. a click of a button. You saw me click one button, right? Okay, two. I clicked the offer. But other than that, it's done. The pieces are there, the framework is there. And so the headache goes away. And then it's just about customizing what you want. Now, one of the secrets that a lot of people haven't figured out, especially in the very beginning, I don't know, I don't want to overwhelm you, but I'll go ahead and tell you anyway, because to me, this is the secret sauce of Kajabi pipelines. If you start with pipelines, it makes everything so much easier. You can get up and running really fast. And so there's like three things in any pipeline. And I don't care whether that's in Kajabi or ClickFunnels or something else. There's usually an opt in, meaning somebody's going to give an email address. There's the thing that you're talking about. Maybe it's a freebie, maybe it's a webinar, maybe it's a product you're trying to offer. It's the thing. And then there's the call to action, there's an action after it. And so that could be registering for the webinar. It could be downloading the PDF. It could be paying or checking out from a product. So once you understand that there's three things: an opt-in, the thing, and then the call to action, they're all really the same. And then the underlying supporting cast to that are what we call the automations with the email sequence. And by automations, I mean it's like this: if this, do that. Now, I'm trying not to make it too geeky and technical, but think about it. If I opt in to your list, then the automation may say, hey, this person filled out this form, send them this PDF or add them to this list, or give them a label that says they downloaded or requested this PDF. And so there's this behind the scenes stuff that happens, and you might that happens no matter what the action is. If they purchase a product, hey, they're a customer, add them to the customer list and send them this welcome email and this thank you things. And all that is tied in with email. So your automations, as they call it, with email, your marketing, are your supporting tasks, your supporting roles to those three things. And if you can see that bird's eye view, that's it. I mean, I know it's an oversimplification, but that is it in a nutshell. And so if your solution can do all of those things in one tool, life becomes easier, so much easier. And so then the last question I asked myself, and this is something I kind of do annually, I'm looking at my notes, by the way, is have I maximized what I'm using now? And that was one of the determining factors on why I canceled my ClickFunnels account. And like I said, I really like ClickFunnels. But I had to ask myself, am I really maximizing the page builder in Kajabi? And if you aren't aware, at least as of this recording, Kajabi has just come out with a brand new page builder. They've updated it. It's included in all plans, and it really allows you to do a lot more customization so you can have those really nice looking sales pages. They call them landing pages, but essentially it's sales pages or your about page and stuff like that. And they are really committed to making those enhancements that the Kajabi community has been requesting. And so all of that to say, have you maximized what you have? And I don't care if it's ClickFunnels, whether it's Wix, whether it's Teachable, what have you. You want to ask those questions um, of yourself, because the more complex your solution or the more pieces, you either are technical yourself or you're going to need to eventually maybe hire somebody out. And you may get to that point anyway, but in the beginning, keep it as simple as possible. I know even for me, because I love gear and gadgets and apps and all that good stuff, I have to ask myself, am I getting in my own way by adding in something unnecessarily complex and costly, just because maybe that the fear of missing out, or it's the shiny white object, or shiny object that looks really nice. And so, in summary, I hope you found this helpful. If you maybe want the spreadsheet so you can use it to create your own or modify and add in your own cost effective stuff, definitely let me know in the comments. I am putting together a challenge where people that are, say, new to Kajabi or even existing members can get through setting up all the foundations, whether they have a course or membership or a coaching program. And if you're interested in something like that, let me know if you're interested in just like really skyrocketing things fast forward, especially as 2020 is just around the corner. Anyway, that's it for today. And happy holidays. And I'll talk to you later. I said I should double check and make sure there's no comments out here before I in the broadcast, but I don't see any comments. And so I think we are good. Talk to everybody later. Bye.